What weekend just passed? Like BET Award weekend, it didn't, like the past two, they just didn't feel right. Because there was no motion, there was no parties. There was nowhere to go. Like,
let's be very specific between parties and freak-offs.
No.
Time for you to tell the truth. It's time. Bow Wow. It's time. Tell the truth.
Wait, hold up, what do you mean Bow Wow, Mrs. Diddy, after all those shady and downright gross accusations floating around about him? Oh, he better not be joking, because if he is, this leaked footage making the rounds could quickly turn the tables on him.
Different levels but you got horny man, and then you got real horny man.
That man is Big Homie CC, the same bodyguard who dropped some extra spicy footage of Bow Wow getting his freak on at one of Diddy's infamous parties. Let me tell you, the tea just keeps getting hotter. Apparently, Bow Wow wasn't just a guest at these wild events. Oh no, insiders are saying he was the main attraction. Yep, the headliner, the VIP experience, the full 3-course meal for Diddy and his crew to enjoy. What's even wilder, word on the street is that Bow Wow didn't just participate. He may have been recording these encounters. Now, here's the big question. Is Bow Wow just another victim of a sketchy, predatory industry? Or did he actually enjoy being the life of the party at Diddy's freak-offs?
Since Diddy got in all his legal trouble, there ain't no poppin' parties in Hollywood. Bow Wow said he never saw it coming, and now the days of his great parties are over.
It's like the gatekeeper to the game. Like BET Award weekend, it didn't, like the past two, they just didn't feel right. Because there was no motion, there was no parties.
Bow Wow said that ever since Diddy got caught up in all his legal troubles, the big parties in Hollywood have been non-existent. He mentioned he never saw it coming, and now the days of his epic parties are officially over.
It's now.
Yes.
Do they call you Snoop,
They
Grandpa?
call me Papa Snoop.
What kind of gramps are you?
You can get away with anything with me. Whatever your parents won't let you do, come over here. You can't eat candy, you can't watch TV late night, you can't do this. I'm the can man.
Bow Wow has been making headlines recently, but not for the best reasons. His questionable ties to Diddy have caused people to give him some serious side-eye. We all know Bow Wow isn't exactly known for being the smoothest operator in hip-hop, so of course he had something awkward to say about the whole Diddy situation on Roxy Davis's podcast. He started reminiscing about how much he missed Diddy's parties, claiming that the industry has been boring since Diddy's legal troubles began. He even went on a long-winded rant, saying he never expected Diddy's story to end like this, imagining a scene where Diddy was chilling on a yacht with his wife instead of being caught up in all the drama. But here's where things get messy. Bow Wow faced major backlash for his comments. Seriously, how do you miss parties where so many people have come forward with horrific allegations? Some weren't even surprised by Bow Wow's comments. Rumor has it, he enjoyed these events for more than just the vibe, allegedly bending over for the rich and powerful in exchange for career perks. The rumors suggest Bow Wow may have been introduced to a darker side of the industry by his mentors when he was just a kid. Let's take it back to where it all began. Bow Wow's career started like a dream. At just 6 years old, he caught the attention of none other than Snoop Dogg, who was so impressed with his rapping skills that he invited him to perform on stage alongside legends like Snoop and Dr. Dre. During one performance, Snoop introduced the young prodigy to the crowd, saying, "This is Bow Wow, y'all hear that? He's the future." From that moment, Bow Wow was officially on the map. Snoop not only took him under his wing, but also gave him the nickname Lil Bow Wow, bringing him along for the rest of his tour. Bow Wow even got a feature on Snoop's iconic Doggy Style album. But as Bow Wow's career began to rise, things behind the scenes started to shift. Snoop was facing mounting issues with his label Death Row Records, and the East Coast-West Coast beef was at its peak. The tensions were so high that rappers were losing their lives. Fearing for his own safety and future, Snoop left the label, but he didn't want to leave Bow Wow stranded. That's when he introduced Bow Wow to Jermaine Dupri, a powerhouse producer in the industry. Here's where the story takes a darker turn. Whispers in the industry claim that this introduction might have been the beginning of Bow Wow's troubles. Allegedly, Jermaine Dupri didn't just mentor him musically. Word on the street suggests Bow Wow was exploited during this time, even passed around to other powerful figures in the industry, including Diddy, for unspeakable acts. And it's no shock to some that Jermaine Dupri's name has been tangled in accusations like this before. Comedian Cat Williams even called him out years ago. Cat didn't mince words when he exposed Jermaine and Diddy for allegedly messing with kids, even dubbing them the king of PDF files. According to Cat, this wasn't new behavior for Jermaine, who had allegedly taken advantage of young boys under his mentorship, including the dude Chris Cross.
You talking about
Yes.
All Right?
Yeah, All Right.
Yeah.
And then one of the members passes.
No,
Not right after, but years later.
Yeah, years later.
He passes at a relatively young age. Was it 30-something?
Yeah, I think so.
Chris Cross, made up of Chris Mac Daddy Kelly and Chris Daddy Mac Smith, became a sensation in the 90s under Jermaine Dupri's guidance. But behind the glitz and glamour, there was a darker side to their story. Chris Kelly, unfortunately, passed away in 2013 from a drug overdose, sparking rumors that he'd have been battling deep trauma stemming from his time with Jermaine. Speculation ran wild that Chris had turned to substances to cope with the alleged horrors he faced during that period. When news of Chris's death broke, Jermaine publicly expressed heartbreak, calling him the son I never had. In a statement, Jermaine said, "Chris Kelly was my Mac Daddy, but to me, he was the son I never had. I spent more time with Chris and Chris than anybody in my whole life. This hurts so much." It seemed like a heartfelt tribute, but things took a different turn when you looked closer. Not long after, Jermaine's behavior in an interview about Chris left fans with raised eyebrows. When asked about Chris on *Blad TV*, Jermaine appeared anything but genuine. He fumbled through the conversation, acting distracted and detached, even struggling to recall Chris's name.
The rumor that you got raped by your security guard.
That's fucking ridiculous. That's crazy.
You've heard that before.
Yeah, that was like the first rumor that like ever had came out. I'll never forget that shit. I was in Paris, France. I was in Paris coming back to the States. And I was going through the airport. I believe I was going to Philly. And I had to call into the radio station and just clear that shit up. It never really, it never was really nothing crazy. Like, cause like I said, like, people gonna talk, people gonna make up stuff, people gonna say things. That's just a part of the game.
For someone who claimed to be devastated by Chris Kelly's death, Jermaine Dupri's lack of sincerity was glaring, adding fuel to the fire of rumors that Chris and Jermaine had a falling out before his passing. Some speculated that Jermaine's public grief was nothing more than damage control, with one fan accusing him of trying to bury the truth about an alleged lawsuit where Chris had sued Jermaine for abuse. The lawsuit was said to have resulted in a win for Chris, but was kept out of the public eye, though Jermaine threatened to sue over the claims. Meanwhile, a bodyguard from the infamous Tunnel nightclub recently revealed unsettling details about Bow Wow's younger years, claiming that when Bow Wow was around 15 or 16, an older woman took advantage of him while he was under Jermaine's mentorship, raising questions about Jermaine's role in Bow Wow's protection. There were also rumors that Bow Wow may have been taken advantage of by one of Jermaine's male bodyguards in a limo, though Bow Wow has denied these claims. While he addressed the rumors, his careful choice of words led some fans to believe there might be more to the story than he was ready to share. Bow Wow was also candid about an early rumor in his career, recalling how a bizarre story about him being assaulted by his bodyguard spread while he was in Paris. He dismissed it as absurd, chalking it up to the wild rumors that come with fame.
You finally get to know someone, that's when you really have to reevaluate, and people just have certain demons that they have to deal with. I have my own, and coming into that relationship, I didn't really know what I was getting into until, we kind of really did settle in, and settling in was definitely a lot of life lessons.
But it doesn't end there. Bow Wow's ex-girlfriend, Erica Mena, opened up about how some of his early career struggles deeply affected him. She revealed that due to his past trauma, Bow Wow sometimes directed his anger toward her. She described their relationship as having both highs and lows, with moments of greatness but also significant challenges.
Bro, I'm chilling, bro. Get away from my house, yo. I'm away from your house. Hit me. I'm away. I'm off your property. You come back over there, I'm gonna knock you the I'm off your property. You wait over here for the police. I'm off your property.
If Bow Wow went through tough and traumatic experiences in the industry, it's no surprise that those emotions might have surfaced in unhealthy ways, like lashing out at others. Still, that doesn't excuse hurting or being violent toward anyone. It's a reminder that unhealed wounds can create cycles of pain. Speaking of troubled paths, Bow Wow's story mirrors that of Orlando Brown. Orlando was once a rising star with a bright future, starring in major Disney films and on track to be the next big thing in Hollywood. However, things began to unravel in 2007 after he was arrested during a traffic stop in Texas, where police found smoke in his car. Despite trying to launch a music career, things didn't take off. His downward spiral continued, with multiple arrests for DUIs in 2011 and 2013, and a leaked recording in 2014 where he allegedly made threats toward a woman. Though he briefly seemed to turn things around with a few movie roles, by 2016, his troubles deepened with more legal issues, including mistreating his girlfriend and being caught with substances. He started skipping court appearances, and when police tracked him down to a sketchy Las Vegas hotel, it became clear just how far he had fallen. His family staged an intervention, getting him into rehab, but Orlando left after just 1 week. Soon after, a bizarre video surfaced of him walking barefoot with a case of wine, while a man in the background threatened to knock him out if he got too close to his house, highlighting just how far off the rails his life had gone.
Yes, Will Smith is Michael Jackson, my nigga. This shit got me up, bro.
This situation confirmed that Orlando wasn't just battling a serious addiction, he was also homeless. Sadly, reports later revealed that his struggles ran even deeper. Orlando's mental health began to spiral after allegedly experiencing horrific abuse at the hands of powerful men in the entertainment industry. Over the years, he's opened up about these claims in various interviews, describing how he was exploited by Hollywood elites. In one of his most shocking rants, Orlando even named high-profile figures, accusing them of being inappropriate with him. Among the names he mentioned were Will Smith and Michael Jackson, leaving many people stunned and questioning the darker side of the industry.
Was on there. You got a problem with Lil Bow Wow?
I ain't got a problem with Lil Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow got some bomb-ass pussy.
In another shocking interview, Orlando Brown spoke about what he called the Panda Eye Ritual, describing it as a dark and secretive practice that takes place behind closed doors in Hollywood. According to him, this ritual involves manipulating specific nerves in a person's body, making it easier for them to be controlled. The result? Victims end up with bruised, blackened eyes, what insiders in these circles refer to as panda eyes. Orlando explained the ritual in disturbing detail, claiming it's used to turn victims, often young men and boys in the entertainment industry, into whatever their so-called masters want them to be. He said there's a nerve in the rectum, and if it's touched, it can turn a person into an animal or whatever their controller desires. According to Orlando, that's why we sometimes see celebrities with black eyes. They didn't get beat up in the way most people think, but through this twisted ritual. The claims didn't stop there. Orlando connected the ritual to something even darker: human trafficking. He alleged that some of the smiling faces we see in commercials, like those in Target or Walmart ads, are actually trafficking victims. Orlando said these victims are trapped in a nightmare, pretending to live normal, happy lives while being sent back to hell. At first, many dismissed these claims as wild conspiracy theories, but Orlando didn't back down. He insisted that these horrors were real and that he had experienced them firsthand in Hollywood. In another interview with Cam Capone, Orlando dropped even more shocking accusations, this time alleging that a music mogul had done inappropriate things to him at one of his infamous parties. Orlando's words were cryptic as usual, saying things like, "Diddy gave me the ash cash." While no one could fully understand what he meant, the suggestion was clear enough to leave jaws dropping. If that wasn't wild enough, Orlando made headlines again when an old video of him resurfaced, in which he claimed,
the idea about him, then you see him like, there ain't no way that this person's doing this with that, or doing this like that, or whatever.
No.
Okay, yeah, he said, goddamn, I can't do that.
No. Like after my first year of being working with celebrities, I figured out what it was. I said, oh, so they all like this.
Yes, that's exactly what Orlando said. and the internet exploded with reactions, with people debating whether Orlando was just being his usual unpredictable self or hinting at something deeper. When asked about Bow Wow in another interview, Orlando didn't hold back, suggesting that Bow Wow might have been exposed to the same dark industry secrets he had. Social media lit up with theories, and fans tried to figure out if Orlando was spilling real tea or just stirring up drama for attention. Eventually, someone tagged Bow Wow on Twitter, asking if he was going to let Orlando's comments slide. Bow Wow responded, saying, "Since when do legends have to speak on everything? I'm working on my new TV show and getting ready for a sold-out show at the O2 Arena for the Millennium Tour." He added, "I don't play those games, you know who you're talking to, right? I'm a grown man, Damon." But Bow Wow didn't stop there. He also claimed that people only mention his name for clout. While that may be true to some extent, many questioned if Bow Wow was deflecting, given that, while he was a huge star back in the day, he's not exactly the talk of the town anymore. The situation got even more interesting when Diddy's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, weighed in. According to him, there are secrets about Bow Wow's past that only insiders know, secrets that might explain Orlando's strange comments. In a recent interview, CC didn't hold back when spilling the tea about Diddy's infamous parties. He painted a vivid picture of what went down at these wild events where the lines between reality and absurdity seemed to blur. According to CC, there's a reason Bow Wow was a regular at these gatherings, and it wasn't just for the vibe. He claimed Bow Wow had a side hustle as a party favor, a role that involved being part of what CC called freak-offs. One story stood out more than the rest. CC described walking into a room at one of these parties only to stumble upon something so bizarre it felt like a comedy sketch. He saw a man in a mascot costume grinding on another man in a similar outfit right there on the floor. While CC didn't name names, his hints made it clear who he was referencing, and fans couldn't help but connect the dots to Bow Wow.